What's up guys, just Messi here, welcome to a brand new video. Today we got a football video regarding Jürgen Klopp taking over as Liverpool Football Club manager. Everyone knows I'm a Liverpool supporter, and today I'm going to give you multiple different opinions of why I think he'll be a success and also what lineup I think he'll have, and also going as far as what players I think he'll buy and what players I think he might sell. And despite actually supporting Liverpool, I'm actually trying to have as much of an unbiased opinion as possible because everything might go tits up. He could fail, but that's not the area I'm actually looking at today, guys. So as always, if you can smash 2,000 likes, that'd be absolutely awesome. If you're to my channel, click subscribe for daily FIFA content, and in the comments below, let me your thoughts on Jürgen Klopp. Do you think he'll flop, or do you think he'll be an absolutely awesome manager for Liverpool Football Club? Also, finally, if you want some MSP, PSN codes, or cheap game codes, check out g2a.com in the description below and use GC3 for a discount. So one thing on a lot of people's minds, including my own, is what formation will Jürgen Klopp actually rock with at Liverpool, and what players will utilise as well. So on your screen right now, it is going to be Brendan Rodgers' last ever lineup for Liverpool in the Merseyside derby. It was a three at the back with Coutinho just behind Danny Ings and Daniel Sturridge. Bearing in mind these three on the bench were injured: Roberto Firmino, the captain Jordan Henderson, and also Benteke. So very quickly then, covering why I'm not actually a massive fan of this formation. It did actually have some success last season. We started off very poorly, we ended very poorly, but in the middle somewhere there was some actually decent form from Brendan Rodgers' side. But the main reason that I'm not really a big fan of this formation is some players out of position. The main one, Emre Can at centre back. Now Emre Can last season done very well at centre back, given the fact he's never actually played there before, but he's not a centre back. He wants to go forward all the time, and like I mentioned, it does cause some holes every now and then unless the CDM actually covers. So I'm not a fan of that formation. But number one, this is going to be called Klopp number one. This is going to be the diamond, and I'm fully aware at Dortmund he played a 4-2-3-1, but we'll get into that in a moment. Right, the bullet points I have for this team. The first bit, Coutinho central at the tip of a diamond. When we actually came second that season, the diamond formation worked very well. Raheem Sterling there. I think Coutinho was actually centre midfield, but Coutinho could easily do that job in the centre role just behind the strikers, or you can actually swap him with Roberto Firmino and give Coutinho a deeper role, which means he's probably more utilised in terms of his pass like Santi Cazorla is for Arsenal. Firmino is very hard to put in this formation because he needs to play central. When we played him right wing under Rodgers, he was absolutely awful. He doesn't play there, and when at Hoffenheim, he was so good behind the striker. You can also put James Milner in that centre midfield role. Emre Can's in midfield actually includes both our main strikers in Christian Benteke and Daniel Sturridge, and a lot of the workhorses are in this team. I mean, Henderson will actually be back in November, and Emre Can has a massive work engine on him as well. So Klopp is obviously a massive fan of a high pressing game, and them two could be absolutely key. We also have this one. This is going to be the 4-2-3-1, which I'm going to call his Dortmund days. So Dortmund had the 4-2-3-1 with Lewandowski up top, with Marco Reus on left. He had very good wingers at his disposal, whereas at Liverpool, we don't actually have any wingers apart from Jordan Ibe. So makeshift one so far, James Milner on the right hand side, which he used to play for Man City, and also Coutinho on the left. If he does go a 4-2-3-1 and Coutinho is out wide, he can play there actually quite well, but it's more of a free role. He's not necessarily staying out in the wing. He can come inside and be a central role. So that's probably more important about Coutinho. We need to kind of build around him and Sturridge. Firmino's in his best position just behind the striker, which he should be to kind of to get the best out of him compared to what he was at Hoffenheim. Only one up top, so Benteke or Sturridge would have to miss out. Probably Benteke, and given the fact we pay 32 mil, I can't see that happening. James Milner on the right hand side again is a pretty hit and miss one. I'd probably play Jordan Ibe over him, but Milner when he signed actually said he wanted to play as a central player, so I think that's a no-go right there as him as a right midfielder. So he can play there. This potentially could be like a plan B if things aren't going well. So what Klopp has actually got to kind of work out between now and the Tottenham game next week is, number one, we've somehow got to get a balance between our best players, including the squad, also in their best positions, because Firmino, he cannot be used out wide. I mean, he may change him into a winger and possibly could work under his tactics, but under Rodgers, it really didn't work. So Jürgen Klopp is known for having a very fast pace and an emotional football, he called it, where you have a lot of closing down from the back and also from the front. And we've actually got a fair amount of players in our actual squad itself that are pretty good at doing that. The likes of Jordan Henderson is known for being an absolute workhorse. James Milner like so. Also Emre Can, Danny Ings, they all worked their arse off to get that ball back. And we actually played some okay, like fast paced and pressing football under Rodgers for one season alone. That's actually when we came second. So now we move on to the part of the video which is going to be called What Can Jürgen Klopp Bring to Liverpool Football Club? Number one, he's a manager that's considered to be in the top bracket by most. Some actually change their mind since he joined Liverpool, because that's how Twitter and stuff goes. But he's considered to be in that region within like the top, like say 10 or 20 managers in the world. Next bit, he can actually attract big names. I mean, Brendan Rodgers could not do this. He could not get players in just because they want to work with him, whereas Jürgen Klopp could do so. Fast, entertaining and passionate football. If we lose with his philosophy, and that's probably the best way of going about it. Hopefully we don't lose that many games, but in terms of if we play well and unfortunately get a defeat to the likes of Chelsea or something, you can hold your heads up and find positives, whereas if you get spanked like 4-0, what can you do? He's brought the fan base together without actually managing a single game, and the unity around the club right now seems to be a lot higher than it has been for a long time. Since we came second, it's kind of been downhill from there. For the last 18 months or so under Brendan Rodgers, it's been very stale. And it finally looks like the club are definitely going in the right direction by actually getting someone like Jürgen Klopp in charge. Next bit, he focuses as much on defence as he does attack. It's one thing I really like the sound of, because currently Liverpool's the state of our defence absolutely horrific, and apparently he takes his priorities first by being hard to beat, then apply the goals and everything like that after. And the final two things, we can't expect instant success because he's got a squad to work with that's okay, but compared to what others have around us, probably not as good as them. And that's one thing we've got to take into consideration, because it's going to take him some time to actually get his put his mark down on Liverpool Football Club by bringing who he wants. And hopefully it means the return of Anfield being a fortress. Under Brendan Rodgers again over the last 18 months, it's been very bad, and we haven't been good at home at all. Been losing to teams we definitely should be beating. For example, West Ham this season got absolutely spanked by them, and hopefully from now on Jürgen Klopp helps deal with that and our crowd get behind him. And now the second to last segment before this video is up, and that is going to be what players could we sign and what players could we sell. And this is actually based on the journalism from like tabloids and stuff like that. So the first player, Mario Balotelli. I think some of these players may be given a chance under Jürgen Klopp, obviously next season for Balotelli. So he hasn't really fit in well at Liverpool, and he's not a player that actually runs for the team either. He may do every now and then if you look at videos individually, but in general he looks like a lazy player, and Jürgen Klopp really would not like that. Dejan Lovren, a player that's very much struggled under Rodgers. We've got Jose Enrique, he's still living right now at Liverpool. Joe Allen, who again, he's not really fit in. He's one of Rodgers' like favourites, you could say. And this one's quite a surprise, Mignolet. Mignolet for me, he's a decent goalkeeper, but we could upgrade him. I personally do like him, but again, we'll have to wait and see what Jürgen Klopp has in store. Hopefully a big German goalkeeper could do the job. But this is actually the players that we could sign. Now, I'm not saying we'll sign any of these. It's just rumours already since Jürgen Klopp took charge about 6 hours ago. The first one, could have guessed it, Marco Reus. I mean, these are actually all German, I think. Matt Hummels, Gundogan and Goetze. These today have all been linked to Liverpool. I don't think any of them will happen. I mean, the dream obviously is this one, Marco Reus. We need a winger, and we've probably got some money to actually splash on players like that, but I think he needs Champions League football, so I don't think we'll have that this year. Maybe we're only 3 points off that. We'll have to wait and see how Jürgen settles in. He has a great relationship with Klopp, but I don't know. I don't know if he want to take the best player away from his old club. Personally, I do think it's lazy journalism, because it literally just linked any Dortmund or German player in the last 24 hours. Next bit, he's actually built his old Dortmund team for a very low amount. Apparently costing 24 million to establish a starting 11, including the likes of Royce, Lewandowski and Kagawa. Royce did actually used to play for Dortmund. They went to Mönchengladbach, and I think they bought him back for around 14 million pounds, and they got the likes of Lewandowski from absolute still, who he actually nearly went to Blackburn Rovers. But a volcanic ash cloud actually stopped that one going through. It's quite like a famous story from like 2009. And finally, I do hope he looks to the Bundesliga for more players, because you do get so much better value for money. So to finish things up then, my thoughts on Jürgen Klopp at Liverpool. I'm excited. It's a big time for this football club, and it's probably the biggest name manager since Rafael Benitez 11 years ago, but it could even be bigger than that. Benitez at Valencia previously before Liverpool did win La Liga, but I don't know, Jürgen Klopp, I think he just tops it. I'm definitely not expecting instant success. For one reason, it's going to be very tough for him with the squad we've currently got. He may be able to get top 4 with some good form running into it and actually tighten up our defence, but in general, he probably has to wait until next summer to re-establish what team he wants. Next bit, he's made for Liverpool. A lot of players have said this, and a lot of Dortmund fans have said this as well. That I don't know, he's united with the fans. He's a manager who really likes having a good relationship with the fans, and I think he's already got that at Liverpool, despite being there for less than like 12 hours. And I'm expecting a bright future, hopefully with some success. But that's more wishing right now instead of actually knowing what's going to happen, because no one can tell where it's actually be a flop or where it's going to be a massive success at Liverpool, guys. So guys, if you enjoyed this video, smash the like button. 2,000 likes would be absolutely awesome. Click that subscribe button for daily FIFA content in the comments below. Let me your thoughts on Jürgen Klopp becoming Liverpool manager, and also check out g2a.com in the description below, guys. So thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you next time.